The Sadducees were a group of people in Jesus' time who did not believe in the resurrection. So they felt that they understood scripture very well and wanted to trap Jesus with what they believed was an unanswerable question. So it was a trap for Jesus. And so they asked Jesus, who will be the husband of a woman who has been widowed multiple times? Now, if the resurrection of the dead is true, then this woman will have to be with multiple husbands because the law requires that if a woman is widowed, she has to marry the next kin of his deceased of of her deceased husband. Now, of course, Jesus was able to answer this, saying that after the resurrection, uh, everyone is already pure, and their love is no longer requiring a husband and wife, because everyone is in perfect unity with God and with each other. And with that, the Sadducees knew that they weren't able to trap Jesus, and in fact, were the ones who got corrected. You see, the problem here is that the Sadducees defined God and his teachings based on how they interpreted it, and not how God revealed himself through scripture. Now you would think, oh, I don't do that. But you see, that's what a lot of people are doing right now. Um, in religion, a lot of churches would define church the way it is comfortable or acceptable to their members. And even us, sometimes when we want to get something, we work our way around and try to define things and interpret them the way that would fit us, rather than trying to discern God's will. You see, people get in trouble with that. Those who interpret um, scripture in terms of religion end up like the Sadducees. And those who only want to get what they want and interpret scripture that way have also their own troubles, their own little Sadducee moment. You see, every time that we interpret the Bible to make it fit our ways, to make it fit the image that we are building, then we are turning away from God, because that is not how God intended things to be. So what do? We discern, we humble ourselves, we accept. You see, the problem is that people refuse, sometimes even what is obvious, because they want to reject it, because they don't want to accept uh, what is in front of them. Why would I give this? Why would I give that? It wouldn't help me, but it will. If we trust God's love, then we should trust that what He asks of us is good. And if we trust God, then we should trust that those whom He sends to us, and we know He has anointed, the priests, uh, those who gave their lives to God, if we are humble enough, then we are able to listen to them. You see, there's a quote that's famous: no man is an island. And that couldn't be more true when it comes to faith, because God intends for us to live in communion. And when we live alone, when we live and focus on ourselves, we lose God. And we end up like the Sadducees, thinking we have everything figured out, when in fact, we are way out of mark.